Hi, I'm Ketover of Lenguin.com, and this is Mandarin Chinese. One of the cool things about Chinese is that you don't need to worry about conjugating verbs. Today, we're going to introduce you to the magic of the le marker. In this lesson, we'll take a look at questions and answers about arrivals and departures. You'll remember that Mr. Martin's wife arrived in China a few weeks after he did. Here's a conversation he might have had with someone before she arrived. Listen. Is your wife coming?
你爱人来吗？你爱人来吗？
She is coming.
他来，他来，
Here's the verb to come.
来，来，来，
Listen for the verb to come
来，
in the live exchange.
你爱人来吗？
他来，
Try translating it.
你爱人来吗？
Is your wife coming?
他来，
She is coming. In English, we may sometimes use a present tense to refer to a future happening. In the last exchange, for example, she's coming probably doesn't mean that Mrs. Martin is on her way right now. Mr. Martin might explicitly say she's coming next month, using a present tense verb, but specifying a future time. This is the way Chinese always works. There are ways of specifying future time, but there's nothing like a future tense. It's the same for specifying past time. In English, anything before the time of speaking must have a past tense verb. In Chinese, there is no such uniform rule. There are, however, certain ways of indicating that an event took place before a certain time. Unless some other time is specifically mentioned, this time is assumed to be the time of speaking. For instance, listen to the following exchange. Has your wife come?
你爱人来了吗？你爱人来了吗？
Yes, she's come.
来了，他来了，来了，他来了，
Both of these sentences contain the expression
来了，
the verb
来
plus the neutral tone syllable.
了，
We translate the expression
来了，
as has come. This translation suggests two different things, indicated by the added syllable la. First, the fact that the action has been completed. In other words, that Mrs. Martin came to Beijing. And second, the fact that a new situation has come about. In other words, that she is in Beijing now. Because there is the meaning that a new situation has come about, the sentence
他来了，
could also be translated, she's here. Later, you will learn that Chinese can indicate either of the two meanings separately, either the completion of an action alone, or the coming about of a new situation alone. Here's the exchange live.
你爱人来了吗？
来了，他来了，
Try translating it.
你爱人来了吗？
Has your wife come?
来了，他来了，
Yeah, she's come. Here's another exchange live. Listen.
你朋友也都来了吗？
他们也都来了。
Notice the positions of the adverbs
也
and
都，
before the verb. Again.
你朋友也都来了吗？
他们也都来了。
Try translating it.
你朋友也都来了吗？
Have your friends all come too?
他们也都来了。
They've all come too. Let's go back to the situation where Mr. Martin is alone in Beijing and listen to him say that his wife has not come to China. Has your wife come too?
你爱人也来了吗？你爱人也来了吗？
She hasn't come yet.
他还没来，他还没来，
Compare this negative answer to the affirmative answer you heard earlier to the same question. There's more difference than you would expect. She has come.
她来了，她来了，
She hasn't come yet.
她还没来，她还没来。
First, the negative of a completed action expression is indicated by putting the syllable
没
in front of the verb.
来
Second, the fact that we're talking about the situation as of now is indicated by adding the adverb
她还没来
she hasn't come yet. You've had the adverb
还
translated as still. Here we translate it as yet. Both the English sentence she hasn't come yet and the Chinese sentence
她还没来
suggests, of course, that she is coming sometime. If you knew she wasn't planning to come, you'd simply say
她不来
she's not coming. Here's the exchange again.
你爱人也来了吗？
她还没来
Try translating it.
你爱人也来了吗？
Has your wife come too?
她还没来
She hasn't come yet. You'll recognize the
没
in this exchange as the special negative that occurred in,
没有
as in the sentence,
我们没有孩子
we don't have any children. The syllable
没
in
没来
is actually an abbreviation of
没有
either
没有
or
没
can be used for the negation of a completed action sentence. Listen for
没有
in this live exchange.
她来了吗？
她还没有来
The Chinese expression for when is
什么时候
literally what time. You already know the word for what.
什么
Listen to the word for time.
时候，时候，时候，
Now listen to the expression what time. That is when.
什么时候？什么时候？什么时候？
Here's the word for tomorrow.
明天，明天，明天，
Listen for when
什么时候
and tomorrow.
明天
In this exchange about Mrs. Martin. When is she coming?
她什么时候来？她什么时候来？
She's coming tomorrow.
她明天来她明天来
Here it is live.
她什么时候来？
她明天来
Now listen as Mr. Martin is asked about a friend. When is your friend arriving?
你朋友什么时候到？你朋友什么时候到？
He's already arrived.
她已经到了她已经到了
Here's the verb for to arrive.
到，到，到，
And here's the word for already.
已经，已经，已经。
Here's the exchange live.
你朋友什么时候到？
她已经到了
Try translating it.
你朋友什么时候到？
When is your friend arriving?
她已经到了
He's already arrived. Now see if you can understand the following live exchange.
你爱人孩子已经来了吗？
我爱人已经来了我孩子还没来
Try translating it.
你爱人孩子已经来了吗？
Have your wife and children come already?
我爱人已经来了
My wife's come already.
我孩子还没来
My children haven't come yet. 好，我们下课吧。Remember to head over to Lenguin.com to do the exercises. That's Lenguin, as in Lenguin the Penguin. Thanks for watching. I want to thank all of our supporters who have helped to make these courses possible. We want to keep making free courses for you. And with your help, we can do that. So be sure to head over to our Patreon page, where, In exchange for as little as $1, you'll get bonus stuff. Until next time, stay cool.